to a man in any kind of way, okay, I was wrong. I admit it, but don't try to beat bash me with that because and look, I did that. I'm sorry. You can't get nothing else out of that.
Right.
But at the same time, don't try to take my manhood by trying to keep talking to me like I'm a child. When you get off work, don't talk to me like I'm your child or your employee.
Mm.
Don't talk to me because of the way your boss talked to you, because you allowed that, But then, even as a man, before you give a rebuttal to what you heard, ask the question: am I grown? Are you grown? Do you realize who you're talking to? Those are our children over there. I'm
Mm.
your husband. I'm not your child. I'm your wife. I'm not your child. All these things come into play. Don't keep pushing the envelope because sometimes the envelope push back. Sometimes the glue stick and that be them lips swole up. And I'm just being not trying to be funny, but that's real because sometimes people cannot express themselves other than to strike, you know. And if they give you that look and and sometimes they just keep pushing the envelope, keep pushing the envelope, then you hear something that you don't want to hear. But then even further than that, if you got kids in the midst of that, they look how mama talked to daddy, look how daddy talked to mama. See, it's about respect on both ends.
Right.
If we don't teach our children and each other how to love and respect one another's boundaries and
Mhm.
each other,
Right.
because you don't actually at that point you're not even respecting yourself. Because I don't see my wife don't see her husband, so we don't see each other. So now we
Mhm.
walk around the house mad for a week or two, and sometimes it get good because anything you can go 2 or 3 weeks, so after a while you get comfortable.
Mhm.
Then
Yes.
that opens the door for the enemy to come in, and
Mhm.
here the enemy can't do you no harm. He just presents stuff to you that you thought was dead, buried, and gone.
Yes. And that's so true. How we decide how to judge people and whether or not they deserve respect because of whatever they have done or said or whatever. And we have to realize that, as you said, when a person says they are sorry, they apologize for it, that's it. You can't get blood. And I'm quick to say that, because if I say, all right, well, I understand that I offended you or whatever I did hurt your feelings or whatever, and I'm sorry, don't keep coming at me, because my next response is going to be, well, you can't get blood. What else do you want? And then I'm mad at that point because I've apologized,
That's
and
too
now I'm
far.
ready to move on from that because I apologize to you. So you're either going to accept the apology or you're going to go somewhere and leave me alone, because that's just life. People, when we get to that point, and just as you said, when you push me, you keep pushing, and I've already said, I apologize. I apologize for whatever I said or did. And so you just want to keep rehashing and keep coming back and keep bringing up something. Okay, so yeah, well, let me just go ahead and give you the rest of what I was going to say when I stopped myself. And so I'm gonna say that, and I'm not gonna say I'm sorry
Okay,
after that
that
point.
that was good right there. When you say I stopped myself.
Uh huh.
See, because that individual that you with, they know it's something else behind
Right.
that, and they keep pushing for that, and they have to realize that you know what they didn't say it, they held it.
Right. So
Don't
leave it
try to
alone.
push and keep the fire going